market measure.
Let's do it.
It's a 0-day market measure. Can we roll 0DT to succeed? What say ye?
Oof, well, we're going to find out right here.
So the basis of this study is going to be about putting on a trade, managing it, and then rolling into something new.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of the look that we're going to look at here. So obviously the exceptional liquidity of 0DT markets makes rolling an attractive tool. A trader can close an existing position and re-enter a new one with minimal slippage at virtually any point in the trading day. I mean, SPX has been an amazing, liquid, fun thing to trade. We've already done one today. Our earlier investigations into rolling 0DT positions, however, were not encouraging from a profitability perspective. With 3 years of data now, we can kind of redo some of these segments. We've been doing when we were doing these segments with only a year's worth of data, it's kind of, hard to kind
It's a small subset relative, big relative because it was only around for a year or two. Yeah. Now you get more data.
So today we're going to kind of dive into this and see what we got here.
Okay.
So we're going to be using 3 years of data in 0DT SPX options collected every 10 minutes. We're going to consider entering a number of different short premium positions. So we're going to look at iron flies, iron condors with 20 delta short strikes and at the money put vertical spreads, all $20 wide, and the put at 9 a.m. each day. So a couple of different strategies. These positions were monitored to see if and when they reach 25% of the max profit. And we then examined the results from selling at the money premium at the new spot price after they were managed. So using $10 and $20 wide iron flies, put verticals, and then call verticals. So you're kind of leaning directional. It doesn't matter. The good thing about this is that the context is that we put the first trade on, we managed it. Now we're starting with a new position. We're going to look at neutral to the new price, bearish to the new price. It doesn't matter whether the market went up or down. You could use that as kind of your momentum type trade. If the market was down, you'd be, the call spread would be quote unquote momentum. If the market was up, put spread would be quote unquote momentum. So we're going with, we're looking at all three options, neutral, against the grain with the momentum.
Okay.
And so we're going to take a look at kind of the data here. So start with the iron fly. What does it look like if we roll into a new iron fly, rolling into a new put vertical spread, or rolling into a new call vertical spread? Obviously, over the last 3 years, we've leaned bullish. So you're going to see that, by and large, rolling into something that is bullish is obviously going to be the best performer of the group. You'll see, though, that the max loss is pretty much the same across the board here when you're rolling into the directional trades. And that's because the spreads are right at the money. It's 20 points wide. When you're rolling into this, the theoretical pop is going to be 50-50. So you're going to have a lot of winning trades, but you're going to have a lot of tail losses.
Sure.
On all these strategies. And you see that across the board. Your CVAR is basically the max loss on all of these because you're rolling into a new directional trade, especially with those vertical spreads. But overwhelmingly, the long side has worked throughout the last 3 years.
Perfect. Even the S&P is up 15, volatility in by 45 cents, trading 23.90 or so. Russell's only up 2. And the NASDAQ is up 61 or so here. Oil /CL down 80 cents to 93.62.
Damn.
Catching a little bit of a bid there. Definitely oil-related market. Can't stand this kind of thing. I don't know what's on the upside here, but everything seems to be a little bit lower here. If you were looking at that heat map that you were looking at before, it's all the financials are actually catching a bid, almost like a relief rally there. You got NVIDIA up a little bit. But you got Apple down, you got Tesla up very slightly, Microsoft is down, Oracle is down, AVGO is down, and you got a big move in MU to the upside, MU up around 4.5% or so. So MU is big, Intel is up, Cisco. You really got a tug of war here.
Choppy.
And then volatility in by 50 cents, up in by 70 cents. It's moving all over the place. Something just come out. Some news just came out because volatility is trading.
Tell us in the chat.
What is it?
Tell us in the chat.
Okay.
My
Okay.
peeps.
Yeah, please do. I don't know what's going on, but volatility says the market's going higher. The market's actually going lower right now. So really conflicting here. I say that because volatility is only in by 45 cents. Even the S&Ps were just down a moment ago. They're only up 15. I don't know. Something came out. I don't know what it was or something, but I don't know.
Following iron condors. So we're going to look at iron condors now. Same case here. When you're rolling into a directional trade, a bullish trade, it's going to be a better net position here across the board. You can see the iron fly is actually kind of better in starting with the iron condor and then rolling into an iron fly. The net P&L is actually a little bit better. And the iron condors we've seen across the board have been the best way to trade 0DT versus like an iron fly.
Okay. Yeah, we got a really weird market right now. I don't know what's going on.
You scared?
No, not scared. I'm bewildered is more of a meta.
All right, just stay small. Don't be afraid.
I'm tired of being a Johnny.
Following put spreads, you can see the continuation of the market has helped make the additional put spread the best of the group. This is across the board. I mean, the data is skewed to the upside, but you can see, kind of trying to go bullish to bearish is kind of the takeaway here is that hasn't really worked. It's been mostly a continuation.
This is true.
A couple takeaways for you. So across 3 years of data, rolling 0DT positions were largely profitable, a notable reversal from what our earlier research indicated. So it does kind of make sense to continue with 0DT positions, albeit the bullish side has been kind of the one that has been the outlier here. The one constant exception, rolling into a short call spread, struggled. The market has been mostly up. So, going with the trend trading has largely worked in terms of like establishing a new position that is bullish has worked into what has been a bullish market here. On the structural side, narrow wings on the rolled position consistently outperformed wider wings. This makes sense because you're putting less risk on. So the tail risk of that new position that is further on in the day is going to be lesser when you're selling a tighter spread. The data suggests that following a quick 0DT win with a second trade can be a viable strategy or restructuring to where the market has moved. It's typically moving in your direction. And especially if you're adding bullish positions in that second trade, you're doing the best out of the group.
Good job out of the team on the 0-day rolls there. I think if we were sitting at home ourselves trading here, we would be rolling a lot more than we do, especially if this was more of a core strategy. I don't want to say position. It's really not a position because it's day long.